Hello, I am here. This is Danielle with Bubbly Ducky. I am going to attempt to make soap live. This is a new thing, and I am intensely camera shy, so this might be the only time this happens. I also very well might forget that I'm doing this live, so therefore I might forget to talk. So forgive me, try to be merciful if I make dumb mistakes like forgetting to talk or forgetting what I'm doing. So I am going to be making pumpkin spice soap today. It smells so good in this room right now because of that. So to start with, I have my oils right here. There is cocoa butter, shea butter, canola oil, coconut oil, castor oil, and what am I missing? Palm oil in there. So lots of really great stuff. The cocoa butter and the shea butter being really what kind of shines in this one. So typically I would mix this all up with an emulsion blender. Today I am not doing that, or excuse me, an immersion blender. Today I'm not doing that. I'm going to do it by hand so that it works, so it stays really thin and I can use it longer. That way if I get nervous live, I have longer to work. So this here is my lye water solution. Yes, you cannot make soap without lye. It is not possible, not real soap anyway. So this is water, lye, and aloe. I have a little aloe in there as well. So this should have lots of good stuff that really feel good once it's all done and cured. So I'm going to pour this in here real carefully up against the side. That way it doesn't cause any bubbles. Bubbles don't really do anything to the soap. They just don't look that pretty. Make weird little empty spots. Nobody wants weird little empty spots in their soap. Oh, I'll put my gloves on here. See, forgetting little things. It's kind of a big thing. Gotta keep the stuff off of your skin until it's actually soap, which will take about 3 days, give or take. The actual saponification process. In the saponification process, all the lye goes away, so the oil becomes soap. Lye disappears. It's not in the end product, but it is used to make it. So it's just all a chemical reaction that makes it all nice. So I gotta mix these up real well. Essentially, what I'm doing here is mixing oil and water. Those don't like to do that very well, so you gotta work it a bit. Now, I will warn you viewers right now, this is not a quick process. So this takes time. I am doing a fairly simple recipe, simple design today. And I also got everything prepared beforehand, so the oils were all melted, the lye was mixed up, all that good stuff. So hopefully it's not terribly long, but it's not quick. It's not a quick process. Let's see here. You might see my head pop in every once in a while. Hopefully that doesn't look ridiculous. Also, the way I have this set up, this is just a really simple video on my phone. So if you leave comments and I don't acknowledge them, it's because I can't see them. Sorry. But I'll be looking at everything afterward. And if there's anything I missed, I'll get back to you. Alright. That's looking pretty good. Definitely want to make sure it's all the way done. Don't want it to be separated and then I have to do this all over again and waste a batch. That's no fun. Actually, I just got a brand new blender. I'm going to hit it with the blender for just a second. Partially because I want to play with it and partially just to speed things along a little bit. Let's see here. Don't mind me just dropping stuff. Bubbles out. Sorry, there's also lots of banging involved. for this, I'm going to be using 3 colors, but then pouring them all at one time. So I'm going to have to do a little here and a little there, and see how this looks when it's all done. So the mixing part, the measuring all the ingredients out, making sure you have just the right amount so that it's a hard bar that leaves your skin soft, which takes a lot of balance. That part's science. The rest of it, the design part, this part where we're pouring and coloring, all art. And so the art part, it's not necessarily going to be exact. Alright, let's see. I'm also going to use a little bit of the natural color of the soap. So I'm going to put that in first. There we go. Start out with that. Hoping this is all staying in frame here. Sorry if you're not actually able to see what I'm doing. And a little bit in here. And a lot more. Like I said, all just here we go. All just experimentation and estimation, excuse me, when it comes to the coloring part of it. Alright, so my first color, I'm using Orange Vibrance by Nurture Soap. I have not used this one before. I just got this, so I'm super excited. Love new colors. Let's see here. I don't have a lot of soap here, so I don't want to start out with a lot of color. Put a 1/4 teaspoon. Always better to start with a little, because you can't take it out, right? You can always add more, you cannot take it out. This is my favorite little utensil. I got this at Dollar Tree. Little bitty whisk. I don't know why it makes me so happy. Oh, I almost missed a very crucial part of this. The pumpkin spice. That's important, isn't it? Alright, so we got the pumpkin spice fragrance oil right here. Put a little, okay. Put a little bit in each of these. And pour the rest in here. Can't forget the pumpkin spice. Goodness sakes. What are we even here for if there's no pumpkin spice? I know the world's divided by pumpkin spice right now. You're not allowed to like it, but man, it's so good. Make sure that's well incorporated. Here. And there we go, back to my little guy. Just gonna go right into that I already had poured out. Alright, now let's make another batch. And another batch, but another color. I know it still has some orange in there. Doesn't matter. Next color is going to be brown. You're never going to see the orange. It's dark enough that it'll just cover it right up. Making such a clean product, it is a messy thing, and I am a messy person. So if you're somebody who really likes organization, I am sorry, because you're probably not enjoying this. Get stuff all over the place. Alright, second color is Cappuccino Mica from Brambleberry. Again, just using a little bit. Really shouldn't need a lot. Oh, good grief. You hear that? That's my cat trying horribly to get in. He's not allowed in this room. This is a cat-free room. Yes, I make the soap at home, but it is in a specified portion of the house that nothing else is used. It's not used for anything else. Nothing else happens in here. There's a locking doorknob that always stays locked. That way nobody can get in here and play with anything. That includes the cats. Alright, right back in the same thing. So now we have natural colored soap, which is kind of like a creamy color. We have orange, and we have browns. Scrape that out real good. I'm going to use this thing again, but I want it to have as little brown as possible because I'm probably going to mix up an orange in it next. Alright, so even though we're putting them all together, they should stay somewhat separate. Make kind of a swirled look here. Alright. Oops, yeah, I'm making a mess already. Very good at that. This is one of my molds. I have it propped up at a slant here with one of the end pieces from one of my other soaps, which will eventually wind up in my own shower. Actually, I might have to turn this a little bit. I was hoping to put it that way because I think it works a little better for the camera. Probably not, actually. You probably can't see anything there. So, let's see. Maybe just about like that. This is just a little too runny. The colors are mixing together a bit more than I wanted them to, but it should still have a pretty swirl on the inside and have some stripiness going on. One of the fun parts of this is I don't really know what I made until I cut it. So we make this nice big loaf and then cut the loaf into bars, and that's when I get to see how the design actually turned out. So that doesn't get to happen for another couple of days. So I'll be doing that as well. And it really depends. Sometimes I can cut it after a day. Sometimes it takes a few days. Just depends on how long it takes to harden up for me. Alright, a pretty decent amount in that mold. Going to, actually I'm going to keep going with this mold. I just got to get this thing out of the way and adjust with my hands here. Ooh, getting a little messier. It's okay, we're getting to the top. That's going to be all swirled anyway. Alright, the top swirly part is going to be the very last thing I do. So for now, I'm going to put this guy up here and make up the soap mold number 2. So, it's starting to thicken up a little bit. See, that's why I don't mix it too much. The more you mix it, the more thick it gets, or thicker it gets quicker. Here's my natural color. Okay. Next is my orange. Put a little more orange in this one. I'm probably mumbling at you guys. Sorry about that. Do not plan on becoming a radio or TV personality anytime soon, that's for sure. Okay. Also, this is not really meant to be a tutorial, so please don't take it as such. I'm not going over all the like safety stuff and how much of this and how much of that is okay. So this is not exactly supposed to be a repeated at home sort of thing. You need to do a little more research for that. This is more just a, hey, check this out. It's kind of fun. It's a very pumpkin-y orange. That's exactly what I'm going for. It smells so sweet. It's leaving me craving pumpkin pie. Oh, I love pumpkin pie. I'm not much of a fall person. I am a summer person all the way. But if I have to have fall, gotta have pumpkin pie. That is fall's one redeeming quality. If you're listening, John, craving pumpkin pie. My brother makes the best pumpkin pie. Now I gotta make that brown. Set this over here for a moment. You guys just got things all going on the camera, don't you? Alright, this is gonna be the last little bit, so that should make it. Typically I would scrape this container out at this point, but I think maybe this last bit that's left in here to make a pretty little swirl on the top. So usually when I'm in here making soap, I'm talking to myself a lot. So that's why you have the muttering. I forget I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself instead. It's probably more than necessary for a swirl, so keep that last little bit. Oh gosh, so much mess. Got my Ducky tablecloth, which is actually a shower curtain out for this occasion. I found this also at Dollar Tree. Favorite place ever. I said I just need to have it. Mixed in here all nice and even. Not that it matters all that much since it's going to be mixing with everything else already. Oh yeah, this is thickening up quite a bit. So one of the tricks to make things not thicken up so fast is to mix everything together at a lower temperature. However, the only time I can make soap is at night because I got family to take care of and they need, you know, love and attention and all that good stuff. And so I'm relegated to 9 o'clock or later. And waiting for everything to cool down would have made it later than that. And I thought, well, gosh, I don't want to be having a Facebook Live at 11 o'clock at night. Mostly because I want to be sleeping, but also because nobody else wants to be, you know, having their phone go off. I don't know if this sets a notification or anything like that. I'm really not all that sure anything about Facebook Live, so this will be fun. But I definitely don't want to be waking anybody up with a notification that I'm going live. So that is why I use a little bit of a higher temperature and it's thickening up on me. So not necessarily the best idea, something I'll have to keep in mind for next time. Live and learn, right? Like I said, it's an art. It's an art, so it's okay. It's not perfect, it's okay. Designs are pretty no matter what. Alright, same thing here. Just kind of going back and forth and trying to get a little swirl action here. There, now that orange is starting to come out. Ooh, nice and vibrant streak right there. I like that. That's gorgeous. Next time I do this, assuming there's a next time I do this, I think there probably will be. I'll try to do something that's a little more interesting of a design, a little more fun to watch. I just wanted to start out with something that's a little easier for my own sake. That way I'm not on camera just screwing stuff up. I'm one of those people that in school, when it was oral presentation day, even though I was straight A for the most part, I'd take the F to get out of it. So this is a new thing. Ooh, come on a bit fast. There we go. Slow that down. Alright, start adjusting this by hand at this point. Sorry, I'm talking to myself again. Alright. Yeah, this one should be very, very stripy. Which is kind of what I was going for here. Oop, goodness. So if sales drop off after this, I'll think, oh man, maybe not so much on the live thing. Everybody goes, oh my gosh, she doesn't know what she's doing. No, I don't take the design part too, I won't say I don't take it too seriously, but I don't get too crazy about it because it's supposed to be fun. Fun to make, fun to look at, fun to use. It is a relaxation product. It's a cleaning product, but it's a relaxation product. It smells good, it looks pretty. I'm trying to get that last little bit out. Alright. I have to start getting more ornery with it to get that out. Oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty. That is definitely gonna be pretty. Alright guys, I apologize in advance. I have to bang these on the table a bit to get them nice and smooth and even and make sure none of those evil air bubbles are in it. So if you want to turn your volume down for a second, this is the time to do it. Oh yeah, look at those stripes. Oh, love it. Okay. That over there, bang this guy a little bit. Oh, pretty firm. Good. This should set up real nice. Oh, it should set up real nice. Okay. Now, let me put just a little bit of orange in here and make a little bit of swirl on top. Should not need much at all. It's just a tiny itty bitty bit of soap. I use my little orange spoon for my little orange soap, and guess where I got that spoon? At Dollar Tree, of course. Best place ever. Not for everything, but for a whole lot of stuff, especially kitchen stuff. And most soap stuff is just kitchen stuff being repurposed. So this is not the same stuff I use in my kitchen. This is stuff that can be used in a kitchen, but has instead been purchased specifically for soap. A little brighter. Just a touch, you know, all things crazy about the swirl on top. That's the thing, right? Oh, you're definitely going to fall over. Alright, apologies if that falls over. It makes an awful noise. That should be good. Oh yeah, it's nice and bright. Okay. Just gonna spoon a little bit of this on top. Alright. Actually, that already has a decent amount of orange, but it's pumpkin. More orange is good. Nothing wrong with more orange on pumpkin. Hope you guys can hear my tummy grumbling. I'm ready for a snack. It's getting pretty loud. Alright. Take these gloves off at this point because there's not. Oh, clean that up a little bit. There we go. Now I'll take these gloves off. Don't really need them. Let's see here. Got my little chopstick. Roll that just a bit, very, very top. Ooh, I really like that one, so I'm not going to put the extra little vertical lines in it because I really like the horizontal ones. Okay, well, that is it. So these guys are going to have to be insulated for, like I said, at least a day. There's a possibility I'll come back and cut these tomorrow night. It might be as late as Friday. No, what is today? Wednesday? Might be as late as Saturday night. It just depends on how it goes. I think this recipe will be good by tomorrow, but I don't want to